Have you heard that France is planning to join BRICS? France is currently a member of G7 and G20, but it seems like they don't see many benefits from these groups anymore. So they've decided to explore the possibility of joining BRICS instead. They have asked South Africa to invite them to the next BRICS Summit. However, joining BRICS would mean France may have to part ways with the US, and it remains to be seen if they're brave enough to make that move. It will be interesting to see how France handles this situation, and if they become the first European country to join BRICS. So join us as we look into the reasons why France wants to join BRICS and its impact on Europe. First, what can be the reason behind France's decision to join BRICS? Well, a few years ago, most countries aspired to be part of prestigious organizations like the G7 and G20. These groups mainly consisted of developed nations that were leading the global economy. Becoming a member of G7 or G20 was a significant goal for many countries, as aligning with these developed nations meant the path to success. The motive was progress and prosperity. However, there has been a remarkable shift in attitude recently. The countries that were once eager to be part of the G20 now want to distance themselves from Western groups. Instead, there's a new focus on joining BRICS, a group consisting of 5 countries, including Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. BRICS represents about 45% of the world's population, and its members collectively have a significant share of the global GDP, with China playing a crucial role. It seems that BRICS has become the desired organization for nations looking for new partnerships and opportunities. Some developing countries are part of the BRICS group, which makes it a more appealing option for other emerging economies to join. The idea behind joining BRICS is understandable because emerging economies want more opportunities to boost their trade and businesses worldwide. BRICS aims to promote progress for everyone and is focused on business and development. It seeks to become the primary choice for emerging economies that don't have other organizations to join. Within BRICS, the members are collaborating on various projects that can have a significant impact on the world order. These projects include infrastructure and technology development, as well as initiatives to change the entire system. Some ongoing projects involve exploring alternatives to using the US dollar and creating new currencies. These efforts are attracting new members, and for the first time, a European country, France, has shown interest in joining BRICS. You won't believe it, but France, one of the major European countries, might want to join BRICS. It's quite surprising, given that France is already part of the G20. People are curious about this move because it shows how the world order is changing. The French president has openly expressed their wish to join BRICS and asked the president of South Africa, a member of BRICS, to invite them to the next BRICS Summit. However, it's not up to South Africa alone to decide, so they'll discuss it with other members before giving France an answer. The president of South Africa was taken by surprise when France asked to join BRICS. He needed some time to think it over and consider everything before answering. It's quite common for BRICS members to invite their friends to the summit, and many countries have expressed their wish to join BRICS in the past. It's like a big group of nations, and once one country becomes a member, others might follow suit, just like Saudi Arabia is trying to do. However, becoming a new member of BRICS isn't something that happens quickly. There are many factors to consider before letting any nation join the group. It's a process that takes time and careful consideration. BRICS, future plans and expansion readiness. BRICS has big plans to grow and expand. One of their ideas is to introduce a new currency to the market. The members of BRICS have decided to trade using currencies other than the US dollar. By expanding, BRICS aims to reduce the dominance of the US dollar in global trade. As more countries join and trade in other currencies, it could have a significant impact on the role of the US dollar in international transactions. France is also willing to support BRICS by making their new currency more widely used. However, whether France will become the first European country to join BRICS is still uncertain. Whether France can join BRICS depends entirely on BRICS itself. So far, there's been no official announcement from BRICS about France's wish to join. They might be thinking about it, but there haven't been any official statements yet. BRICS is open to welcoming new nations, but the process takes time. All the member nations will need to come together to discuss and decide on the new member. They will consider the benefits of having France join their group. The big question is why France wants to join BRICS in the first place. It's interesting to note that some European countries are showing more interest in China and leaning towards it lately. That's something to keep an eye on as well. Germany has reached out to China for help during the economic crisis caused by the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The European nations are facing challenging times, and they have traditionally relied on the US for support. However, in this time of economic and energy crisis, Europe feels helpless, and the usual alliance with the US may not be enough. For the first time, Europe finds itself standing against the US and considering the possibility of becoming a partner of China or even joining BRICS. This would mean parting ways with the US, which requires a lot of courage since European nations have always supported the US in its decisions. The reason for this shift is that Europe has noticed that relying solely on others to handle its matters has caused problems. Now, they are exploring new possibilities and seeking help where they believe it's needed. When Europe followed the US's orders and imposed sanctions on Russia, it ended up facing an energy crisis, which then led to an economic crisis. Germany, one of Europe's major economies, is also struggling with poverty, and there hasn't been much help to get them out of these problems. Adding to the difficulties, the US is now telling Europe to stop its tech deals with China. The US wants Europe to ban its tech companies from working with China to give itself an advantage in the tech race. But this decision could cause Europe a lot of losses, and the US doesn't seem to be considering the consequences for Europe. It feels like the US is being selfish, and this is causing Europe to question its alliance with the US. They are facing tough choices and wondering if they should part ways with the US due to these decisions. Europe has surprised everyone by announcing that it will keep working with China despite the US orders. And now, there's another surprise. France wants to join BRICS. The US didn't see this coming, but it seems like Europe is trying to strengthen its ties with China in various ways. So what's in it for France? Well, becoming a member of BRICS has some benefits. It would allow France to trade with all the other nations in BRICS without facing restrictions. This could open up new opportunities for France in terms of trade and cooperation. If France becomes a member of BRICS, it will have access to vast markets. This would also make France China's closest friend within the group. Moreover, it could pave the way for other European nations to join BRICS as well. The world order is changing, and being part of BRICS could place Europe and France among the leading countries. This might help them maintain their influence on the global stage. To secure its future, France needs to align itself with BRICS and China. Embracing the new currency and the new world order could shield France from potential problems in the future. Additionally, joining BRICS would mean having genuine and less selfish friends to rely on. If France teams up with BRICS, it could bring about some life-changing opportunities for the country. But there's a big question mark. Will BRICS be open to letting France join the group? If France gets in, it might open the door for other European nations to follow suit, and that could be beneficial for both BRICS and the new members. However, before making a decision, it's essential to look at many factors. BRICS needs to understand why France wants to join and see if it aligns well with the group's goals. It's like trying to figure out if they all fit together and can work well as a team. Alright, guys, that wraps up our video today, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think about France joining BRICS in the comments section. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button to see more content like this. Thanks for watching.